I'm Darcy. I'll be your token gay this evening. I'm married too. I'm one of those stupid gays that got married. So, congratulations. You finally found a way to get us to stop fucking each other. I got married the first year it was legalized in Canada, right? And it was fun, but there was no expectations on gay marriage back then, right? Like, we don't wear wedding rings, right? Like, well, we wear the gay ones, but that's different. It also explains why our ring bearer had to be over the age of 19. So many rules. It's weird, too. We didn't take each other's last names, and that pissed off our families, you know? They weren't into it, but neither of us wanted it. You know, my husband didn't want mine. I sure as hell didn't want his last name. My husband's last name is Bear, and you can't look like me and be Darcy Bear. Like, oh, let's go steal some picnic baskets, everybody. You know? I'm jealous of my parents' generation, though. They all have such romantic stories about how they met each other, you know? Like, my parents met on a streetcar in Toronto, my dad's first day of the police academy, okay? So he's in a brand new crisp uniform, strikes up a conversation with this dame. A year later, they're married. They've been together 45 years. That's romance, all right? And then there's our generation. Like, I'm gonna have to sit my grandkids down one day and be like, well, kids, I met your grandpappy when I was trolling the internet for sex. And he replied first. That's why your name is Craigslist. We've been married 10 years. It was our 10th anniversary this year, right? And I wanted to do something special for it. Oh, don't clap. That means I've had sex 10 times. Fuck you. But I wanted to do something special for him, right? And we were going to a Canucks game, so I was like, okay, great. I paid a boatload of money to have a message on the Jumbotron for my husband, right? And I wasn't worried about the whole gay thing, because I have a girl's name. Like I said, it's Darcy. It's probably even the reason I'm gay, but that's another story, all right? But I wasn't worried about the crowd, and sure enough, we're at the game, we're having a great time. Halfway through the second period, this message comes up. It's like, Jerry, you're the love of my life. Thanks for everything. Love, Darcy. And the whole place is like, oh my God, what a great wife. What a great wife. And then they showed us on the kiss cam, and they were just... Keep clapping or we look homophobic. We're Canadian, we're supposed to be okay with this. The important thing is my dick looked huge on the Jumbotron, so money well spent. We're total opposites too. It amazes me that we're still married, you know? Like, I'm a very hard on my sleeve kind of guy. Like, when I'm upset, it's like, me angry now! Whereas, like, when Jeremy's upset, he sits down and lights a candle and writes it in his feelings journal till doves carry it into the air and it turns into rainbows and bunny rabbits, and he's just like, I'm better now. He's corporate, too. He has a corporate job. I don't even know what it is. I'm not even kidding. All I know is he leaves in the morning in a suit, and he comes home at night in the same suit, but angry. Like, I just hear the key go in the door, and I start running around the house trying to make it look like I haven't been hitting the bong all day, turning Bob Ross off the TV and wiping the paint off the cats like I did our taxes. He doesn't smoke weed either, which is great. I don't have to share, right? Best thing ever happened to me this Christmas, though. Oh, we were at a friend of mine's for a Christmas party, and they had two types of brownies, right? They had the normal ones, and then the ones without weed. And, and I watched as Jer grabbed a weed brownie, and I've never seen him stoned. Call me a shitty husband all you want, I let him drug himself. He's got to learn a lesson. Don't eat food at my friend's house, idiot. So he eats this brownie, right? And like 40 minutes later, he shuffles up to me across the room. I'm pretty sure it took the whole 40 minutes to get to me. And he gets there and he's like, hey. I was like, hey. He's like, we gotta go. I was like, where do you want to go? 7-Eleven. I'm like, fuck yeah. Yeah, you do. That's sexy. Because back me up, people in long-term relationships, gay or straight, it doesn't matter. A sexy night at home in 2014 isn't going home and humping anymore. A good night at home is like 4 bags of chips and 10 episodes of Game of Thrones, right? Right? I'm not allowed to watch Game of Thrones without him. I'll fuck somebody when he goes to work. Like, let's get some TV out the way, right? So I take him to 7-Eleven and I stay in the car. I unleash him on the store. $78 later. $78. I'm like, this is the best night of my life. So we're in the car and we're driving home, and we live in a little farming community outside of Vancouver, right? It's a small little town. And by small town, I mean the closest thing we have to a gay pride parade is when Jer and I check the mail at the same time. Hey. Look, honey, pitchfork, short parade today. So we're driving down this little country road of ours, and at the end of the road is a police roadblock. We're looking for drunk drivers. I'm not worried. I haven't smoked anything. I haven't drank anything. It's gonna be fine. But something in Jer's head snaps. He thinks they're gonna see his munchies and know that he, as the passenger, is on marijuana. So what does he do? He starts dumping shit out the window. Out the window! And the fatty in me is like, not the salt and vinegar, you son of a bitch! So naturally the cops are like, pull over. I was like, really, why? You know, and they pull me out of the car. Thank God it's our little town. I know the cop. He's like, what is going on with Jer? I was like, Jer's stoned. He's like, Jer's stoned? I was like, I know, I'm having the best night. This is great. You know? Without saying anything else to me, the cop pulls the baton off his belt, runs over to Jer's side of the car, starts rapping on the door. He's like, what the hell are you doing with your life? It took me 3 weeks to get the smell of piss out of my car. Still worth it. Still worth it. Thank you very much, Montreal. You guys have been great.
Howie Mandel here saying thanks for watching, and please click on subscribe, share, enjoy. Do it now. I'm waiting.